I'm Chris from airwindows, and I'm digging into some of my earlier creations. Here's something I like to call chorus. This is not the stereo chorus. This is a mono chorus. It's being run as dual mono, and so will the VSTB. So just chorus all by itself is a dual mono chorus, and it'll sound kind of like this. So there's the idea. You can sort of hear it happening there. 0.5 is the deepest chorusing, and the whole thing is designed to sort of work with all of these different controls so that you can dial it in most easily and get a rich sound out of it. Now if we put it to all wet, what you get is the full wet. Might not sound very different until we do this. It's a heavier chorusing. But wait, there's more. Shall we increase the speed while we're at it? Okay, that's just getting a little silly. Here, let's try another track. Check this out. Okay, maybe that's just plain too silly. So let's dial this back more than a little bit. Maybe we'll dial back the speed so we get a super deep chorus, but one that's not going so fast. When range is turned way up, it covers a much larger expanse, and so you'll wind up getting echoes and stuff. You can fix this by taking range and making it much smaller. Hear how it's affecting the highs there? And we've got a very slow speed here, and pretty much full chorusing because it's at 0.5. And you can dial in the range where it's going to sit. Then speed increasing will make it more intense, but one thing you can also do, say you got an overly heavy, like seasick kind of thing going on here. This is too much. Another thing we can do is pull back the dry wet. Notice how it sort of cooled everything off a little bit? All of these controls touch many things. So the idea is you have multiple ways of coping. You can, for instance, find a speed that you like here. Let's get a fast one. So let's say we want a speed that's a little faster. I'm going to pull back range. Until we have this sort of thing going on. Then what we'll do is pull back the dry wet. And let's even exaggerate it more. We'll pull back the dry wet until it's no longer so reticulated anymore. Listen to this. See, now that's nice again. And you can hear it happening again, but we'll pull it back a little bit. So you see the way that that works is it's a airwindows chorus, so it's using a complicated sort of interpolation that I made up to get the sound right. It's also using a little bit of the energy algorithm to lift the highs when it's going to more of a wet sound. And that also has a place in when you're taking it to, like 0.5, say, essentially a full chorusing like this. Actually, you know what? I can even use this one. This will be even more of an intense effect. So that's raw. And then kick in the chorus. You can hear it plainly sounds like a good heavy chorus. Well, we can exaggerate that a little bit by going to more wet than dry. In fact, let's boost speed until it sounds a little seasick. And then we can pull it back. And what you get is a dry-wet control that touches a number of other controls and parameters, such as the brightness on the chorus. So you can pull it back until the chorus effect really tidies itself up a lot, and then push it, for instance, with automation in such a way that just one parameter will make the effect more vivid and exaggerated and also a little bit deeper all at the same time, like this. And then we'll go even farther. Clean it right up again. So that's airwindows chorus. It's basically, your chorus effect. You've got another tap, and it doesn't come up so close that it gets into actively flanging on you. Instead, it's got enough of a delay at all times, at least all times with a reasonable amount of range, that it'll stick in a chorus zone, but it's also modulating. And the tone that it has is going to work for what you're trying to do with it. And then it all comes down to things like the dry-wet control, touching these different parameters and letting you tweak it into the zone more easily. And yeah, this is one of the earlier ones that I did back in the day when it was, a well-kept secret of audio units and stuff, and they cost you $50 or $60 a pop. But we are now in the VST zone, we are in the PC zone, and we're in the free zone. Because I do this Patreon thing, I don't always mention that every time, except for in the postings, but the Patreon is why I can continue to bring stuff like this out and design it in such a way that it's easy to use and has a good tone. I got a lot of other stuff planned as well, so I'm looking forward to getting into that. And I hope you enjoy chorus. Thanks.